would like to call to order the March 17, 2022 meeting of the Salary Commission to order. I need to make a short remark. We are starting approximately 15 minutes late, and for the electronic recording, I wanted to clarify that we had some emergency situation that came up, and it's been resolved, and so now the Commission is moving forward with our scheduled public hearing for today. With that, before I further commence with the agenda, I would like to read into the record the following. Public testimony. Pursuant to Act 220, Session Laws of Hawaii 2021, and Governor David Ige's emergency proclamation related to COVID-19, issued on January 26, 2022, in order to allow public participation in a manner consistent with social distancing practices, the following procedures are in effect for the meeting. Members of the public may view the meeting on a live broadcast via the WebEx internet platform or via recording once available on the Commission's website at www.honolulucitycouncil.org/salary-commission and via YouTube. Remote testimony will be accepted on all items from persons virtually present to speak by video conference or by phone. If you would like to be present or testimony remotely, please log in to the WebEx internet platform for meeting number 249202287778. Once again, that meeting number is 249202287778, and the password is Salary Commission. Written testimonies. Written testimonies, including the testifier's address, email address, and telephone number, will be available to the public on the Commission's website at www.honolulucitycouncil.org/salary-commission. Written testimony may be emailed to george.white@honolulu.gov or mailed to Commission Aide George White at 530 South King Street, Suite 207, Honolulu, Hawaii 96813.
Chair, Commissioner Kubo has her hand raised.
Oh,
you can't see it. I'm not sure why, but I can see it on my screen.
So. Commissioner Kubo, you have a question?
No.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to agenda item number 2, which is roll call. Commission Aide George White, would you please call the roll to confirm attendance of commissioners at this meeting and the presence of a quorum?
Yes, Chair. Commissioners, call your name if you can acknowledge your presence, whether in person or virtually. Chair Tamamoto.
Present.
Present in person. Vice Chair Manola Spinda.
Malia Spinda, present.
Present virtually. Commissioner Hayakawa.
Present virtually.
And Commissioner Kubo.
Present virtually.
Commissioner Kubo, for the purposes of Act 220, are you able to have your video activated? It is all right if not. I just need to know whether you're having technical difficulties or if you are able to participate in video.
Technical difficulties. I'm trying to turn it on.
Not a problem. At any point, if you could just let us know should you need to sign out. But at this point, you have established that you're present and we are able to communicate with you, so we will proceed with the meeting. But if there are any further difficulties or issues where you cannot hear, cannot participate, please either sign out and I will take that as a signal, or do something to indicate to me that you're not able to be participating.
I will do that.
Chair, you do have a quorum.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. White. Let the electronic record also reflect the attendance of Mr. George White, Office of Council Services, Shannon Lau, Deputy Corporation Counsel, and a member of the city's Human Resources Department, Melissa. Given the presence of a quorum, let us continue on with our agenda and the business of the commission. For those commissioners present virtually, pursuant to Act 220 and Governor's Proclamation, the meeting will automatically recess if we lose audiovisual contact with you and cannot reconvene until we reestablish contact. That was just indicated by Mr. White just a moment ago. Therefore, please announce beforehand if you will be voluntarily signing out of the meeting. Also, commissioners, you are asked to state your name before speaking because of the digital recording. Agenda item number 3, approval of minutes. May I have a motion to approve and file the minutes of the last executive session meeting, which was held February 24, 2022.
Malia Spenda, move.
David Hayakawa, second.
Motion has been approved by Commissioner Spindle and seconded by Commissioner Hayakawa. It has been moved and seconded. Are there any objections? Noting no objections from the commissioners present, the minutes of the executive session of February 24, 2022 have been approved. Turning now to agenda item number 4. Public testimony on the permitted interaction groups proposed no increase to salaries and salary schedules for fiscal year 2022-2023, as presented by the February 24, 2022 meeting of the Salary Commission. On February 24, 2022, the Permitted Interaction Group, the acronym is PIG, presented a report that recommended no increase to the salaries and salary schedules for elected and appointed officials covered by the Commission. The purpose of this meeting is to receive testimony from the public related to the PIG's proposal. All deliberation and decision-making by commissioners will be reserved for the final meeting on April 22, 2022. Pursuant to Section 3-122 of the City Charter, these are positions that are covered by the Salary Commission. Mayor, City Council Chair and Council members, Prosecuting Attorney, First Prosecuting Attorney, Managing Director, Deputy Managing Director, Corporation Counsel and First Deputy Corporation Counsel, Department Heads, Deputy Department Heads, Police Chief, Deputy Police Chiefs, Fire Chief, Deputy Fire Chief, Medical Examiner, Deputy Medical Examiner, Band Director, Schedule of salaries of deputies of the Corporation Counsel, and schedule of salaries of deputies of the Prosecuting Attorney. Moving on to agenda item number 5, written and oral testimony on agenda items. At this time, I'd like to query Mr. White if we received anyone that have registered for WebEx internet platform testimony.
Sure, if I can just confirm with one individual. Mr. Roy Miyamoto, are you wishing to testify or just monitoring this hearing? Roy Miyamoto? Mr. Miyamoto, can you hear us? Chair, there is one individual, Roy Miyamoto. He did not sign up to testify, but he is present, but it appears he is unmuted.
Was he registered by the deadline?
No.
Okay. At this point, the record reflects that in accordance to the publications and the public hearing, and as well as our rules and regulations, Mr. White has indicated that no one has signed up for the WebEx platform to testify for today's meeting.
That is correct. And Mr. Miyamoto has signed out.
Okay.
So there are no virtual testifiers, Chair.
Next, to ask you, Mr. White, if we have anyone that submitted written testimony.
The commission did receive written testimony from one individual, Mr. Jim Williston, and that testimony was filed with the clerk and provided to the commissioners prior to the meeting.
Okay, commissioners, I'd like to confirm that all of you did receive that one testimony regarding from Mr. Williston. Is that correct? Commissioner Hayakawa,
Yes.
Commissioner Spinda,
Malia Spenda, yes.
okay, Commissioner Kubo.
Yes, received.
Yes. Now, unfortunately, Mr. Williston is not here, so there's no questioning of the person who submitted the written testimony. So at this time, I will have Mr. White enter it as part of the record for today's meeting. For the commissioners, I ask that you go through the testimony and make the appropriate weight that you would give it as you go through deliberations. Are there any questions?
Can we go
Moving
into
on.
executive session to discuss it?
Yes, you can. At this time, we would need to go into executive session pursuant to Hawaii Revised Statutes, section 92-4 and 92-5A4. And upon taking an affirmative vote to do so, the commission may enter into the executive session for the purpose of consulting with its legal counsel on questions and issues concerning its powers, duties, privileges, immunities, and liabilities in setting salaries as set forth in the city charter. So, may I have a motion to enter into the executive session to discuss, may I have a motion to go into executive session?
Commissioner Kubo, so motion.
So, David Hayakawa, second.
Motion to enter into executive session was made by Commissioner Kubo, seconded by Commissioner Hayakawa. All those, are there any objections? Hearing none, the Salary Commission is now recessed to go into executive session. Thank you very much. At this time, I'd like to ask Mr. White to.
Recording is back on. I'm gonna get the D-chart.
I call the Salary Commission meeting back to order from recess. The time is exactly 2 p.m. Period. Back on the agenda. Before moving on to agenda item number 4, I wanted to ask are there any clarifying questions from members of the Salary Commission regarding the PIGS report?
I would like to, I'm sorry, this might be out of agenda, but I think we left off on the testimony and a discussion about the testimony.
Yeah, actually, we had concluded the testimony. The written testimony was entered into record, so that's part of the proceedings for today.
Okay.
And the chair's comment was that all of you did receive it and was acknowledged on record. And
Okay.
I submitted the appropriate weight as you deem appropriate. So if you think it's very critical, then do so. If you think it's incorrect or you're in disagreement with it, then you give it the appropriate weight. And that's how it's left with the testimony.
All right, I have a clarifying question.
Okay, this is a clarifying question to the PIG. Is that correct?
To the PIG as it relates to this testimony.
Okay,
To the PIG, so this testimony from Mr. Williston, could you explain it juxtaposed to the PIG's recommendations?
I'm sorry, the question was kind of getting chopped up from the
Could-
audio.
The PIG members please clarify the PIG recommendations juxtaposed to Mr. Williston's testimony here, which in essence does a counter to the PIG.
Okay, Chairperson Carolee Kubo, are you able to address, did you hear the question?
Yes, I did.
Are you able to address it?
Yes, I am.
Please proceed.
I read Mr. Willison's testimony, and he indicated that this is a UPW increase of the 3.72% and the $1,000 bonus. I've been doing collective bargaining for the last 30 plus years, and it's always been based on what Unit 13 has negotiated because Unit 13 are the white collar supervisory managers, and the EMCP, excluded managerial compensation employees, have also been granted raises comparable to Unit 13. And this has always been a benchmark. And his statement in the last paragraph on the first page, it says, in note in particular that white collar supervisory employees, those in the positions not most similar to those of elected city officials and department heads, received in 2020 a lump sum payment of 5.98% based on their prior year's salary, and in 2021 received a 3.74 salary increase. That is totally false. I was an employee and an appointee in 2020, and we received zero increase because of pandemic.
Yep.
And then we never got a 3.74 increase in 2021 because I double checked, and Unit 13 is still in interest arbitration this week until Saturday, and no increases have been granted at this point. So it would be premature for us to grant increases to department heads and those covered by the salary commission at this point. However, if something does get granted from the interest arbitration hearings, we can also retroactively grant those increases next year at the salary commission because nothing is proposed effective July 1st, 2022. And my understanding is the employer's position is a zero salary increase effective July 1st, 2022. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Kubo. Commissioner Espinda, did you have any follow-up clarifying questions?
Sorry, Carolee, could you repeat that last part? The employer's recommendation is zero?
Yes, the official position is zero increase at this point as they're entering interest arbitration at this point.
So this is regarding BU 13,
Correct.
correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you also indicated that they should be wrapping up by Saturday?
If they finish by Saturday.
So the clarifying question. So here we have a pay recommendation of zero that is attached to the BU 13 negotiations. By the time we come back to this might be a process question. If we come back, when we come back for the final meeting of this commission and that BU is wrapped up, that's at the point that we will consider the final decision, correct?
We could consider it at that point if it's wrapped up by then. Because the only bargaining unit I understand that has settled has been UPW at this point.
Okay, and if not, then we can retroactive this if by the time we figure this
Next
out,
salary commission.
phase of if they. Okay, I get it.
That has been done in the past also.
Thank you.
Thanks, Malia.
Maybe for clarifying question from the chair's perspective, the salary raise or any considered raises is for the fiscal year 2022 to 2023.
Correct.
I just wanted to clarify that, Commissioner Spinda.
Okay.
Okay. Are there any more clarifying questions? Hearing none, we're moving on to the next part of the agenda, which is agenda item number 6, announcements. Do any members have any announcements? Hearing none, the chair has one announcement, and that is the next meeting will be a public hearing, which is scheduled for Friday, April 22nd, 2022 at 1:30 p.m. And under our current schedule, that will be our last and final meeting.
Chair
Agenda
Tamimolo,
Yes?
Commissioner Kubo, I was summoned to jury duty during that week, and I had also indicated to them that I need to attend this meeting because we need 4 commissioners for quorum. hopefully they'll grant my, exception.
Point of information at this time, do you need any clarifying document from the city to confirm what you told them?
I submitted to them the charter from the city, and I also submitted them the salary commission um, meeting agenda to show that I was a commissioner and that we are only four at this point. So if the salary commission could send me supporting information, I'll send it to them.
If I could, Chair
go
Dave
ahead.
Hayakawa. Yeah, okay, so actually, I am set for a jury trial that week. I believe we'll be done with evidence by Friday, but if that jury comes back, I'm on essentially within 30 minutes notice, I have to be in court, and their judges are not gonna hold off a whole jury decision based on a salary commission. So can we punt this a week?
Okay, so it seems that we have a conflict of schedule for the last meeting. We have enough time to reschedule the meeting and still run our own timeline. So the chair is open to entertain possible alternative dates.
I am free on the 29th, except again, that hearing I punted today at 1:30 is got punted to the 29th. But again, on that date, it's less than a 10-minute, 15-minute thing. So if we want to go to the 29th, I suggest, can we start at 2:00 instead of 1:30?
Or can we do morning?
Wait,
Yeah, I'm free in the morning.
I'm free in the morning.
Consider 29 might be pushing it, and the reason is our report is due to the city council chair on May 1, according to the charter.
Oh,
So if
That
there's
is correct.
any delay or any glitch, we're not gonna meet the charter requirement by May 1, and that's just a given. So
how about the 26th?
Or move it even up a week.
could we move it up a week?
Move it up? Okay, hold on.
So
Yes.
Commissioner Hayakawa, Commissioner Kubo, if you can look at your schedule, if you could move it up.
To possibly April 15th.
April 15th is Good Friday. I am available though.
Okay. How about Commissioner Spinda and Commissioner Kubo?
I think court counsel in the city is off on Good Friday.
It's a state holiday for county workers.
Correct.
14th is a Thursday, April 18th a Monday.
So is April
I
14th?
am free. I have no trial on April 18th. That's our off day.
Okay. Commissioner Spinda and Commissioners Kubo, are you okay with April 18th?
I'm okay April 18th in the afternoon.
Hold on.
Commissioner Espinda, I know there's
Yes.
also a legislative calendar for you, right?
Yeah, I mean, as of right now, I'm fine.
Okay. Is 1:30 still good for everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
On record, we are changing the last salary commission hearing from April 22nd to April 18th. It is a Monday at 1:30 p.m.
Chair Kawamoto,
Yes,
may I get a letter from you or George White or somebody
yes,
so I can
yes,
send
you
it
can.
to Louis Pool?
We'll get it to you promptly, and we will email it to your email address.
Thank you very much.
And Commissioner Kubo, the letter just needs to indicate you are a commissioner and our meeting dates, and likely that if there's issues on the 18th, we may need other meetings, or just basically indicating that you're needed.
Correct,
Is-
because we
I think
need
the
quorum.
nutshell
Quorum. I mean, quorum.
Without her, there's no
Correct.
quorum. Yeah.
But for the week of April 18th on.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, agenda item number 7, adjournment. There being no further business today, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second,
A motion to adjourn was made by Commissioner Kubo, seconded by Commissioner Espinda. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the meeting is now adjourned, and the time is at 2:12 p.m. Thank you, everyone.